Where am I? Oh no. Oh, there I am. Hello. Welcome to street. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of shit in the jar. The jar's overflowing. It's simply too full. Good God. It's terrible. It's tragic. I forgot to promote stream, like, right when I started it, so I think people are still showing up. Otherwise, hello. Oh, I forgot to open stream avatars. I've been a little frantic. I opened a TikTok, so I just got a lot going on. Like, I gotta promote it there. I gotta promote it on Twitch. I gotta promote it on Discord. There's a lot of places I gotta promote it on. I'm getting used to it all. I'm getting used to the grind. It's the grind. Hello, welcome to the stream. If you haven't followed my TikTok, by the way, you should. I'll probably repeat it once people are actually here, but you should follow my TikTok. It's Cameramanticore, exactly the same way that my username here is, which makes it real convenient, actually. You can find me a lot easier that way. And Paxton's here. Hi, baby. Should I call you? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. I'm gonna call you. It's a surprise call. Uh-oh. I may have surprised them a little too much. They're not picking up. Well, I'll be here and you can join whenever you're ready. I didn't at you being like, hey, we're doing this now, so. Yeah, they're not picking up. That's okay. We're still warming up. We're still waiting for people to be ready in general. So, yeah. My day has been okay. I drew a little bit. I made a little video. I made a TikTok. I'm getting on the grind of TikTok. I fantasized about being an e-girl for a while. And then I realized that'd be really hard to do because I'm not a girl or hot. At least not conventionally hot. I know I'm hot, but like in a fruity way. And guys with money don't really go for that shit. Unless you're like a bi girl who's down for threesomes, then they'll do it. Because then they're like, oh, okay, I can fuck you and another girl at the same time. Sorry, this is taking a weird turn. This is a weird conversation to have in the beginning of the stream. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Let's check on my tweeter. What's going on Tweeter? Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum ba dum ba dum bum 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 ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum bum. I've been thinking of getting perfect sync on my model, so I can do things like stick out my tongue and puff out my cheeks and kind of move my mouth side to side, which are all things I can't do currently. But I stick out my tongue so often, not on stream, that I feel I should be able to. The only problem is that it's either perfect tongue simulation, exactly. But the only problem with getting perfect sync on one of my models, because I have like several models for each outfit I want to wear, so if I switch to like my jacket, then you know or I guess this is a hoodie, but you know, my pink jacket, then it wouldn't have perfect sync because technically it's a different model, so I would have to like either, because I'm trying to decide if I want to like learn how to do it myself or just buy it from someone, because I looked on Fiverr and it's like $20, so it's not terrible, you know what I mean, like that's a really reasonable amount to put a lot of capabilities on my model. But one, I'm not sure, one, I have to put it on every model that I have, and then if I make a new model in the future, I'm gonna want it on that too, like a new outfit and stuff. And two, I don't know if it's gonna work. And what I mean by that is, the recommended way to do perfect sync, which is to have the extra expressions and stuff, is, because it's supposedly like more accurate face tracking and stuff. From what I understand, the recommended way to do it is on an iPhone that has Face ID, because if you like, you know how animojis work? Where, like, you can put your face on a little emoji, like a 3D emoji, and then, like, record yourself doing wacky stuff with it. That's, not basically, that's literally the same technology that it uses for Perfect Sync. So, that's a thing that Android doesn't do with its Face ID, like when you unlock your phone with your face, which I do on my phone. I have an Android. I have a Samsung Note 8, and it's a good phone. It's my favorite phone that I've ever had, because I can draw on it. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hi. How long have you been here?
Only for a few seconds.
Okay. I heard you go like, and I was like, huh? Hold on, let me make you louder. Or quieter, or make Chrome quieter. Say something?
Yes, this is me.
Keep saying things?
Well, my improv isn't very good today.
That's alright, that's all you needed. Yeah, so basically the Face ID that Android phones use is different from the Face ID that Apple phones use. Whereas, like, Apple phones have, like, depth sensors and shit. That's why they have, like, 3 cameras on the phone. Whereas Android face recognition has to just do with, like, picture tracking instead of, like, the whole, like, scanning your entire face and shit. So that's why, for the longest time, people were like, you can't do Perfect Sync on Android. You have, because, I mean, you have to do it on your phone because, like, regular webcams don't do this either. So they were like, you have to do it on an iPhone. I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a fucking iPhone 10 just to have more facial expressions, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't seem worth it. But then someone, Suvidriel, I think that's how you say her name, she developed an app called Meowface that, like, lets Perfect Sync work on your phone. On your Android phone. Just on your phone, you know, on your Android. So I was like, okay, so I downloaded it, and, I looked at, like, comparisons between the Apple one and the Android one, and the Android one's, not as good. And, like, in the video I was watching, she was like, yeah, it's definitely better than webcam tracking, though. And I was like, is it? Is it really? Because I'm kind of fine with how mine is. The Android one that she was using, it seemed very choppy. But then I look at my lip sync now, and I find that I'm kind of holding, like, a vaguely the same mouth shape for a while when I'm talking. And I'm like, well, maybe I would rather have more varied mouth shapes and be choppy than have a smoother shape and kind of stay in the same shape for a while when I'm talking. It's just because I smile when I talk. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Hi, Cherry. But then I watched another video explaining the app, and it seemed like the first person just kind of had shitty results because they weren't, like, messing with the settings enough. Like, you really need to, like, customize it kind of deal to, like, show how much, like, you want the weights to be on each expression, and, like if you make it's gobbledygook that I don't expect anyone here to understand, but, my point being is that if I go through the effort to learn how to make Perfect Sync or, pay someone to do it, my worry is that it's not going to work anyway. Just because I have an Android and the technology is very new on Android. So part of me is like, well, I could wait until it's better. But then I was like, no, I have a TikTok now. I'm a big boy. I want to do big boy things. I want to have better expressions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, now that more people are here, I have a TikTok. Go follow it. It's the same username as this on Twitch, because I have this disease where I don't know why I said disease, but I have a problem where, like, no matter what social media I'm on, I can't just get my username. Like, I can't just get Chimera Manticore. It always has to be some caveat. Like, Chimera Manticore is one letter too long, so I have to take off the E. And, like, on Tumblr, that URL is taken, so I have to be, like, Chimera Manticore with, like, 2 eyes. On Instagram, it's the same. I think it's just the normal flat-out thing, and so is Twitch, obviously. But I forgot that I had a TikTok when I was, like, 17 that had that username, the one with, like, completely untouched. So I had to, like, go through this whole rigmarole of, like, trying to find the password for that original one, so I could just make a new account with my regular, like, username, because I didn't want to have it be 2 eyes or take a letter off or something. I'm like, I just want people to be able to find me. It's because if it's like okay, I have a different username on all these different platforms, then like it's a little annoying. But no, I'm Chimera Manticore everywhere. Like even on banking stuff.
Oh, jeez.
like I just for the sake of like simplicity, I'm Chimera Manticore everywhere. But it's always annoying because it's like, okay, well, which version of Chimera Manticore are you? You know.
Mm-hmm.
My thumbnails keep getting better and better. What thumbnails? Oh, for history. Thank you. I did that in like 20 minutes. I was like, I should make something. I want to draw something, but I couldn't find any like good Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe like promotional art to trace over. So I just like found one for regular Stanley Parable and then found the logo for Ultra Deluxe and slapped it over that.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's the perfect crime.
Kaylee Cass Hardley, thank you for following. Hello.
Hey.
Speaking of TikTok, I got a comment on my video. Someone said, nice start, how long have you been drawing? I'll answer that when I can make a video again. Speaking of TikTok, the most recent video I posted, oh my god, there's so many people, hello. The most recent thing I posted asked for questions. Because there's like a Q&A thing you can do on TikTok where like if someone comments something, you can like reply to it with another video. So I'm like, okay, that's easy content.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to find my. I think my link is just like TikTok. Hold on, like / Chimera Manticore or something. How do I find this out again? Is it an edit profile? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link so you guys can follow. There we go. Do that right now. Follow me, like my posts, comment on my posts, and then apparently this helps with the algorithm a lot. If you hit share and then copy link, that like boosts you a ton. Like, because it just thinks that you're actually sharing it with people, but you're just copying the link. You don't actually have to share it. My god, I'm a Porygon. You can change that if you want, if you don't like Porygon for some reason. And if you do love Porygon, then congratulations.
Yeah.
You fucking struck gold, yeah. Alright, enough shit talking. It's not shit talking, it's just talking shit. Wait, that means the same thing. You know what I mean? Talking about bullshit. Yeah, I've not seen a single thing of this new Stanley Parable game. I've played the first one to death. I got all the endings in the first one. I love that. I love it. What am I mean, I don't know if I would consider it one of my favorite games today, but they did take up some real estate in my brain for a few months. So let's without further ado. I think it full screens. Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'll window capture real quick. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. Or I'll just display capture for the time being, and then when I can full screen it, then there we go. I would like English subtitles, thank you. Have you played the Stanley Parable? I have.
How much?
How
much of the Stanley Parable have you played?
All of it.
Oh.
Yeah. Not this one, obviously, but I've I don't understand this. I don't understand these in games. Like, what's the point of this?
It's just get the contrast right.
I guess so. Because I always see it in horror games, and I'm like, I'm going to turn it all the way up. I don't give a shit.
Well, that ruins the experience.
Yeah, but I want to be able to see. Why don't they just have my time? This is very strange. I get, like, anal about this sort of thing. Like, I want it to be to the exact, like, time. It's PM. Ow. 8:22, but I'm waiting till it turns 8:23, like, exactly, so I can do it. Because I get very, like, I need it to be 100% synchronized.
I understand, yeah.
Just give me a minute. Just give me, like, literally a minute. Give me a minute. This is anxiety inducing. I haven't even started the game yet and I'm like stressed out. Oh my god.
That is your fault though, but...
Yeah, it is my fault because I have...
Oh!
Okay, accessibility settings. Great, awesome, thank you. Okay, let me go to settings real quick. One-handed walking. Oh yeah, I forgot that was the thing. Is that like can I guess you can use both when it's on. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I just want VSync off, first of all. Full screen mode. Windowed. Think that's good. There we go. So now I can see chat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now I can window capture.
You can see chat twice in the same stream and 3 times if you have a windowed mode.
Well,
now you can see it infinite time.
Yeah. I just wanna where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got that one fucking Lizzo song in my head because of TikTok. It's About Damn Time, that song. It's a good song, but I only know like the 30 seconds of it from TikTok. So it's truly the bane of my existence today. It's because the video I posted today was to that song, because I was like, okay, it's trending, I'll do it. That'll get me views. And then I had to I was figuring out how adding text-to-speech text works. And so I had to hear the song like a million times. Because whenever I would add a new text, it would when I confirmed everything about it, it would send me back to the beginning of the video. So I had to hear Lizzo 5,000 times. Whoa, what the heck? Why is it what the heck? That's not what I wanted it to be. Windowed. Do that. What the hell was that? I set it up all nice. And then it almost full screen. It was borderless windowed. How dare you, Stanley Parable?
There's a keep resolution button, by the way.
What?
Do you not see the giant keep resolution button?
No.
Oh my god, how do you not see the
Apply resolution?
Yeah, you click apply resolution.
I did.
And then after that, you click keep resolution, which is in the same spot.
I didn't see that because I was tabbing out to fucking put it in Streamlabs correctly. Paction.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is the biggest fight we've ever had.
Well, okay, some games ask you to confirm it because you might not want to keep it like that, you're just testing it. But usually it's not in the same spot, usually it's a pop-up, and usually it's not timed either. Well, sometimes it's timed, but anyway, here's my mouse again and again and again and again.
Yes.
Did you see the Stanley Parable devs posted a trailer for Ultra Deluxe, and they were like, can't believe they made a Severance video game this fast.
Ugh.
I was like, dude? I know it's a very popular show, but dude? You're not supposed to know about that. Alright, begin the game.
People who make media are only supposed to know about their own media.
Well, no, but it's multimedia kind of, it's cross-platform.
This is the story
you know what I mean?
of a man named
Yeah.
Stanley.
Because as we all know, game developers never watch television.
I don't know, man.
Where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's
By the way, you can
job was
screen share
simple.
it.
Oh, yeah.
He
Let
sat
me
at
finish
his
the
desk in
cutscene.
room 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to
Oh,
him
yeah.
through a monitor.
I love how they have
desk,
not
telling him
really
what
updated his
buttons to
model at
press,
all.
how long to
Yeah.
push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Not even, even
And
weekends.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good. I'm happy for you,
Mm.
Stanley. I
And
almost
then
called
one
him
day,
Steven.
Something very
I don't know
peculiar
why.
something that would forever change
And
Stanley.
Steven
Something he would
was
never
happy.
quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed
Steven
up to give
Parable.
him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Oh my god.
Then
Why
we
is
need
he in
the-
like his
All
own
those years at
room,
the
like
company,
holed up by
and
himself
this
in these like
happened.
cubicles and
This
shit?
complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Well, that was me in my
Shocked,
first job
frozen
for
Oh.
the first couple days.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the
Well, that's because you were
longest
at
Did you,
training.
But as
Oh,
he
yeah,
came to
yeah.
his wits and
not
regained
like your
his
job,
senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, now I can share to you. Are we gonna go for like all the endings today? Because I don't know what all the endings in the the heck? That's not the correct thing. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. I don't know all the endings from like the new content, but I know I could just close the door here and get an ending.
Mhm.
Oh god, it's so fast. He's so fast.
What I was gonna say is we need the opposite, and that's the Stanley
Simply
universe.
couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
Stanley needed to be
What if a
caged because
crucial
he
outcome
attacks.
fell under his responsibility?
moment.
He had never been trained for
I'll be
that.
back.
Right.
No. This couldn't go
Yeah, you can just
anywhere
close the
except
door.
badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by?
No, it's been
He
like
no
15
longer had the
seconds.
ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
There we go. That's an ending right there. So now we'll be stepping out of the thing. It's been a fucking
All of
hot
his
minute since
co-workers
I
were gone. What could
played
it
this
mean?
game.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked,
I get
he
up
couldn't
from here?
find a trace of his co-workers.
How do I jump? Can I jump? Oh no, it's up here. You can't jump. Yeah, there we go. I got 2 achievements right there. I'm not gonna get this ending right away though, because I don't want to get too meta too fast. You know what I mean? I just want to do what he says first.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, if you say so, boss man. I guess he's not my boss, but if you say so, Mr. Narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
These are good. Yep. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide is a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. I'm like the dude on the left. All the way on the left. Yep. I'm unique. The most generic looking dude. Numbers of slides on this slide. Damn. You're so right. Actually, that's not true at all. Rate which charts on the same side depict the same information. I need to smash the coffee cup over the narrator's head. It's one of that. Well, he doesn't have a head, as far as I know. Oh no! Once you're on your boss appreciation award, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist, your BAS. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, you're more inclined towards conflict. Unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? Remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight, and I didn't read the rest. But that's alright. I was just waiting for you to get back.
Ah, okay.
We're gonna do the ending where we do everything that he says first. and then
Oh.
we'll get crazier. No, not yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Panda? Business strategy. What does this mean? I don't know what this means, but Faction, you still here? They're not still here. We watched American Psycho last night. I don't know what the moral of that story is. I think the moral of the story is just wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened? But there is a scene which is my favorite scene in the movie now. Maybe my favorite scene in all of cinema where hold on, I'm getting a message. Oh, so it's my Wi-Fi that's dying. Faction's struggling to stay around. Fun fact that painting is Mario's hand instead of a random guy's hand if you play on the Switch. That's fun. But yeah, there's a scene that might be my favorite scene in all of cinema now, where he's at an ATM, and like there's a stray kitten that just kind of walks by, and he's like, "Oh, hey, kitty," and then he looks up at the ATM again, and the screen just says, "Feed me a stray kitten." And he just looks at it like, all right. And he picks up the cat and like kind of puts it up to like the slot in the ATM and like puts his gun to the cat's head, and then the old lady like stops him, so he doesn't actually shoot the cat. But I keep seeing things that remind me of that scene today, and this is one of them, because like this is almost exactly what it was like. Feed me a stray panda. Do it. Anyway. Ooh, a piano.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
Why does
an
it make keyboard
indication of
noises?
any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
How's the game audio, by the way? It looks a little high for me, but
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
it's a tad loud. All right,
Amazing.
let me lower it a little
He
bit.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
All right, tell me if that's better once I start doing shit again. This part is very Portal. It reminds me of when you're in like the basement of Aperture Science in Portal 2 with GLaDOS, Potato GLaDOS.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Dude, calm down. My goodness.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Soon, but not yet. Hold on, I'm getting a missive. I'm sorry, baby. I'll get back and call when I can. That's okay. I love you. I don't know why I'm talking to you because you can't hear me. Maybe you're watching stream. And in that case, I love you. Anyway.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
This is
What
just like
horrible
Squid Games.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature
Literally
revealed.
just like Squid Games.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
How many guys are in Squid Game again? 470 something? 477? Is that it? It's something with a 7 at the end, I think. Wait, there was something up with one of these here. Go back to numbers real quick. Why is that one right under 233? Why is it like fucked up? 456, that's what it is. I want to see where 456 is. So I can be like, oh, it's Squid Games. 456, there it is. Right by the red lights. What's 456 up to? I mean, nothing, I guess, because they're not there, but... Oh, that's a dark room. I don't like it. That makes me uncomfortable. Alright, let's move on. Where's employee number 1? There's 100. Someone got fired. 104 got fired. 601 also got fired. Look a little more to the right. There's a broken one? Look straight at... Oh, yeah, I saw that broken one up there, yeah. I don't know what that means, though. I just know that it's broken. Doesn't one of them say pirate? There's probably a lot going on here that I'm gonna miss.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
I'm quaking in my boots right now.
His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
This is literally the
Had
plot
he
of
truly
Seven.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Hello?
Hey,
Hi. How's it going?
good. Sorry about
Here was
that.
the
My
proof,
mom just
the
decided to
heart
be
of the
quirky and
operation.
reset the router for no reason.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy
Should I
or
re-screen
sad
share?
or content.
Yeah.
Walking, eating, working. All
Sorry
of
about
it
that, y'all.
monitored and
That's okay.
commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Bum 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 bum.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Drop my phone.
Was it over?
Alright, I caught it.
God, it's beautiful.
Yes. He had won.
Yeah.
He had defeated the machine.
Uh-huh.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
This is just like
Freedom
I'm scared.
was mere moments away.
Just gonna compare this to every other game.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how
Oh my
many
god, there's
puzzles
doors in this
stood
game? It's like
unsolved.
Fortnite.
Where had his co-workers
Fortnite has
gone?
so many doors.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building
Oh my god,
hold?
clouds?
But as
Oh my god,
sunlight
just like
streamed into
Final
the
Fantasy.
chamber, he realized
a Final
none of this
Fantasy
mattered
thing.
to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he
This
had
is like
been seeking.
if Final Fantasy and
but
Fortnite had a
happiness.
baby.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand.
Isn't
but
there
to
another
let
game
go.
that's like very door
No
heavy? I'm
longer
trying to
would
remember.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do.
Lots
or
of games.
No, but like where the main
whatever
mechanic has
life
to
he
do with
lives,
doors.
It will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
I feel like
It was
every
perhaps
game journalist
the
description
only
of
thing
every
worth
game you've
doing.
ever played is
Stanley
this is
stepped
just like
through the
Minecraft
open
and Dark
door.
Souls had a baby and the baby was on LSD and crack.
Yeah,
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
beautiful.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
I have to genuinely
This was
wonder
exactly
how
the
much of this
way,
has been like.
right now,
I mean, is
the
this a
things were meant
remaster
to
or is
happen.
this like?
And Stanley
Is this just like more
was
content?
happy.
I think it's just it's more content at least.
Yeah, because I'm like it.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Wait, liberation? This is just like the civil rights movement, but on crypto.
On crypto. No, it's like I feel like it doesn't like it looks like how I remember it being, but I don't know if that's like because they haven't actually changed the graphics or if it's like they remaster it to look like how I remember it being. You know how they do that sometimes in video games? No?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Alright,
could
I'm
it
just
mean?
gonna
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's just a shimmy out here. Oh,
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design
Oh, I
already.
love this one.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure
Of course.
and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Uh-huh.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
I
Isn't
love
this
it.
a fun and unique place to be?
I mean, I guess.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Alright, everyone be quiet.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Oh,
What do you think?
No,
Are
I
you
was
sick of this
taking it
gag
in,
yet?
dude. No, I was taking it in.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue.
Yes.
But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
No.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially
Yeah.
to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
I would have, I did.
Oh, now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some
I
time.
don't know, do I get an achievement
What
for
if
it?
the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
A lot.
And this is rich.
$25
Perhaps you
at
just
least.
played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one?
I don't know.
Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Nope, you chose your option.
Yeah. Alright, let's start over.
I believe that this bit was actually much harder to get to, though.
I remember struggling with it
All
last
of his
time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
I
to
do
the
think there
meeting
is
room.
different
Perhaps he
dialogue
had
when you
simply
hit
missed
yes.
a memo. No matter how hard
'Cause I remember
Stanley
something
looked,
with guitar.
he couldn't find a trace
Oh,
of his
yeah.
co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd
This was
broken
like
the
a-
map until he heard this
is like
narration
remembering
and
a dream
realized
I
it was
had.
part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure.
I didn't have
and
this
its
game on
examination
Steam
of
last
structural
time,
narrative tropes.
but if I did,
So,
I
now
probably
that
would
you're
have
here,
to go
what do you
outside
think?
at
Isn't this a
achievement.
fun and unique
Yeah.
place
Because
to
it's
be?
been maybe 5
Why
years
don't
since
we
I played
take
this
a minute
game.
just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game. any
You could
old time
literally
want,
just
like
do
right
it.
now. You could have done it just then.
I'm not gonna.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
No.
Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to the Bloom Closet ending? I'm gonna go to as
There
many
once was a
endings as I
man
can find.
named Stanley.
Yeah.
But please don't tell me about the new
People
ones.
considered so manly.
I'd love
But
to
the
see if they
truth
changed
must
the
be
escape pod
told,
ending.
He was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Thank you for limericking to me.
Did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
I think this just goes on forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Stanley
the guitar-
parable, if you might say. What's that?
I think the guitar stops.
Really?
Oh, maybe it doesn't.
I don't know. Feels kind of like a loop. I'll let it go on for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something, I don't remember what it was. Whoops.
Oh, it's still.
Yeah, it's definitely a loop. I remember, like, this game is fun in games. But I do remember at least one ending that did kind of, like, traumatize me a little bit. I don't remember how to get there, but I remember what you have to do in it. I just, yeah.
Which one?
The happiness ending.
Well, I don't know them all by the names. But...
The one where you go to the room and he's like, "Look, I found a room that gives you like true peace and happiness."
Oh my
yeah,
God, that one.
Yeah. And then I won't
Even
finish
now,
it.
Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a
LMAO.
painting. Was it a painting
Right
or a
next to some
photo?
plant.
He could no longer recall. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance
well,
the
there's the
story in
input.
any way.
You just had the input moment.
What do you mean?
There was input received from the computer.
Oh, okay. But
Never mind.
no, but like, is that something I need to be worried about, or?
Yeah, I believe if you go through 4 consecutive playthroughs and you hit the
No
input
matter how
received
hard
buttons
Stanley looked, he
on the
couldn't find
computer,
a
then you get
trace
a
of his
different ending.
co-workers.
You get
Or
something?
you get a
What?
certain ending. You get a certain ending.
I saw a thing on Twitter the other day about like sometimes you could just see a guy in like one of the
Yes.
windows.
Yes,
Was that always a thing, or?
that was always a thing.
Oh my god, I never knew that.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's wild.
Never encountered the guy.
It's super. It's one of those extreme rare occurrences.
Wow.
I think I genuinely have seen everything that the first game has to offer
When
because
Stanley
I
came
was
to
so
a set
into
of
it
2
for
open
a year.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna do the broom closet ending, because why not? It's silly. And it's on the way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Finish.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Finish, thank you.
Stanley
describing my
stepped into
favorite
the broom
ethnicity?
closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Never mind.
Finish.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
It's literally not
No
empty.
reason
There's
to
so
still
much
be
shit in
here.
here.
Yes.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some
My
way.
EQ is
As
something
it
to
is,
interact with.
he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, language narrator, jeez. You can censor it, but we all know what you're talking about. He's scared to come out of the closet, it's
Are you
okay.
really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
I'm not doing
Why?
nothing.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm having fun with the tools in the tool closet. It's a broom closet, sorry. And the broom's right here. Fantastic.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
There's a choice
If
here.
I'd said,
I never realized
Stanley
how
walked
fast-paced this
past the
game
broom
is.
closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
And why'd you let me go in it?
whatsoever.
And why'd you let me go in
I
it
never
at
would have
all?
thought to
All the
mention
other
it.
doors were locked. And this one wasn't. So something must be here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
It is.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll
I will.
say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Are you concerned, chat? Are you worried about me?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh, did you get
That
the
old
broom
drug
closet
man.
ending?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and
Oh my
hookers.
god, Stanley. You live a fantastic life.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to the broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here
And then I
when a
died.
physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Alright.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care
Well,
of
I'm a little
before
busy
it begins
dying,
to decompose.
So I'm sorry.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They
Yeah.
have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Why does
It's
he
indicative
imply
of
that
the
he's not human?
long-term sustainability of your species.
What's going on there?
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Of course.
All right.
Yes.
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Like outside the apartment, or Luigi time? Luigi time. What do you mean? What does that mean? Is this all? Is this the ending? Is this the end of the end? Of the ending?
Of the ending?
Is this the end of player 2? I think this might be all there is to the room closet ending.
Well, no. If you go out of the broom closet and then come back into it, there's more stuff.
Ah, second player. Good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a
Invalids.
monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky.
Enthralling
I'll just be
gameplay.
waiting when you're ready to pick up the story again.
That it?
Unless you want to test it. The idea of testing it one more time is enthralling.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. Alright, guys. I'm gay. Shut the
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yo, they got doors in this game?
Now, baby, before you... Oh.
What?
Before... Oh, are you gonna walk into the boss's office?
Why?
Because if you are, I would like you to try something.
Okay.
So, when you walk inside of the boss's office, the doors will close. Don't walk in yet.
Okay.
But I want you to try and trigger the doors closing, and right as the doors are closing, I want you to try and run back in, like, outside of the room.
Okay. Should I just go backwards or turn around?
Yeah, just go backwards.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's
Ooh,
office,
damn him.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. "2845.
Damn, they got the numbers in this game and just like Picross.
This is just like calculator.
This is just like when you type
But it
boobies in
turns
the
out that panel's
calculator.
emergency override kicked in.
Boob!
That was the answer. It was boob. Awesome.
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I can still go back.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
No, you can't.
Ah, God, Sparks, my mortal enemy.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his
What is
life
this
had
machine
been of
even
no
for?
consequence whatsoever.
Crushing
Stanley
people.
can't see the big picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
The Crusher.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his
Women?
body, killing him instantly.
You guys will stand for anyone.
There are exactly 2 women in this game.
That's true.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
He's got a nice office, actually. That's really big.
Office with no windows? Damn.
I mean,
I know.
if there was better lighting, then yeah.
Yeah.
The office. Wait, I'm reading this in the,
Pikuniku.
yeah, the
text-to-speech.
Pikuniku, the office. Solitaire. Oh. What's going on here? You guys downloading? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, at
Oh,
least
the
there's
employee
still
data-
one that's on, you know? At least you
Yeah,
haven't
this
turned
is
that one
very
off.
important. I bet.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be touching anything in here. There should be signs that say "Don't touch." You know. Buttons.
At least these buttons haven't been. Oh. Oh. Oh.
No, these are meant to be touched. That sounds like that one Pokemon sound. Like when you
Oh,
select
yeah.
something in Pokemon. Oh yeah. Sleep. Maintenance room. Mm-hmm.
The office.
The office. Boss's office. Office clock. What's in here?
The lounge.
The lounge. Underground.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. On the roof. But of course, you being you, then you'd probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
I believe this exhibit wasn't in the game last time.
Yeah.
Lever. Nothing there.
He's rotating around you.
Try the other one.
Are these in? Are these in here now?
That's basically a moment in the game where like, guys, we use Fmod. Guys, we use Fmod.
Guys, check it out, guys. We use Fmod. Dude.
Guys, we use Fmod. Oh my
Guys.
god.
No way. Can't reach it. What the heck?
That's scary.
What did I hit that made that happen?
That's someone else.
No. No. It's my room.
Mm.
2011. It's a lot more cramped there,
Mhm.
yeah. What's going on here?
Money machine.
Money ending.
The paycheck ending. Oh, here it is. The alien fighting ending that they didn't do.
Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and wage war against the narrator. I realized shortly after that, starting to build it, that it was far too jokey on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention.
Wow.
Well, I think you should make fun of people who like shooters. They deserve to be bullied. That's a joke. I like shooters. I play Splatoon.
Yeah. Nintendo shooter gamer.
I play Overwatch. I play Overwatch. No, don't laugh at me. And then you're like Blizzard fan, and I'm like, no, no.
Not that that's like any worse than being like a Ubisoft gamer.
Mhm.
We all know Ubisoft gamers are the worst.
Yeah. Hey, I took a nap. What did I miss? You missed like 2 endings of Stanley Parable. We're in the second one now. How do I leave? How do I get out? Wait, levers. Zending. Oh, this is what it was called.
Zending.
Yeah, instead
Oh,
of
the
having a
Zending. That's funny.
Yeah, that's fun. Just like I'm scared.
Ugh.
Because they have game ended. Which isn't a pun that works at all.
Yeah.
Game ended.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
That's just gay people.
How they both wish to
Yeah.
be free.
Yeah,
Also gay people.
gay people. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, it's the shine on it. I could see past it.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
And then it's just a black screen until you restart. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was
I
the
like
other
that
ending
one.
that kind of fucked me up.
Yeah, and then
All
also
of
I
his
feel like that
coworkers were
ending,
gone.
despite that
What could
kind
it
of
mean?
not
Stanley decided to go to the
ending
meeting room.
in the way that
Perhaps he
it
had
would
simply missed a memo.
you would want it to for the message that it was trying to give, but I feel like it was a little bit erring on the side of why we play games.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that there are so many different choices, there's so many different endings, but at the end of the day you're just gonna restart, you're
No
just
matter
gonna
how hard Stanley looked,
die
he
or,
couldn't find a
or
trace
restart
of
or
his
do this,
coworkers.
and it's like, what is this all pointless? As that it was, which I think is more like some wishy-washy, like, oh, it's the philosophical bullshit, but I feel like that is the point, is to explore, and the fact that we are rewarded for, oh,
But I want to play the old content.
well,
I'm having fun with the old content. There was other shit that I enjoy that
oh, that's where the new content is.
I don't know, guys. Something tells me this isn't where the new content. I'm okay. Keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
This
room.
is really shitty
Stanley
architecture,
simply stood
actually.
there, drinking
is.
it all in.
$1.25.
my God.
Jesus.
Inflation, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
It is.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
And the vending
Really
machine.
worth it.
Yeah.
And the clock. And the coffee maker. Coffee nut.
Coffee nut.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I can't.
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
They all just hated him.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Fine. Can't close the
But
door.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We're reaching the precipice of. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Should I stay on it or jump off?
What if you try activating it and then immediately walking like backwards onto the other thing?
Oh, well,
Like
look,
that.
sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either
Ow.
get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
I just got nervous.
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it!
Listen, you
Do
killed me
it,
like
do
5
it, do
minutes
it, do
ago.
it, do it.
Fine, I have no other choice.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. Easy of me.
Alright, let's
All
do
right.
it again.
Stanley knew the office
Speedrun.
layout like the back of his hand.
I
It
do.
was only a matter of time before he found the others.
This is the game that
Wherever they were.
embraces soft lock.
Just a matter of time.
That's
Splat.
awesome. See? Input received too. Not yet.
Not yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
Oh, it says
What a
number 1
gorgeous,
dad. I thought it said I
gorgeous
dad.
room.
See?
Thankfully,
I
Stanley
dad.
had
You're
taken
looking
a
like that.
detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
I
incredible
dad.
he wasn't fired years
Alright, this
ago.
time
I
should we
did.
stay on or jump off? We'll die if we jump off before we get to the catwalk, obviously, but... Chat, what do you think? Are we staying on or jumping off?
Let's no, I won't influence chat.
Yeah, don't say anything. Don't influence them. Cherry wants to jump. Anyone else?
Me?
You're not in chat.
No.
Carpets is staying on. Okay. We'll jump.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
You just
we've
wanna play
gotten off on the wrong
Minecraft.
foot here. I'm not your enemy,
Shut up.
really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Uh-oh.
Please. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Screenshots of despair.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want
Yes.
to find out what lies at the end of this road you've
Of
chosen? Well,
course.
don't let me stop you.
Yeah.
You see? There's nothing here.
There's a
I
catwalk.
haven't even finished building this section of the map.
There's
because
two
you were never
catwalks,
supposed
is
to
what
be
I'm
here in
here.
the first place.
There's
Broken
3
rooms,
catwalks.
Exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
There's
Was
mood
it worth
lighting.
ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically
Yes, of
for you?
course.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
But you put time into
And
this
in
room
the end,
too.
it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted
Yeah,
to
and I'm
see.
happy.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
No.
Skill trees?
No.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you
Okay.
can give me some feedback.
Oh my god, I forgot about this
There
part.
we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were
I don't
before.
remember this.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Should I take it? It'd be
That's up
really
to
funny
you.
if I didn't, but I don't want to know it's here. Does it
Oh,
matter?
It looks so botched. It looks so botched, and
Oh, I'm tempted is the thing. Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now,
It didn't
tell
super
me
matter,
about your
by the way.
experience
Okay.
with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I'm gonna say solid 3 because I experienced an emotion, but I don't know if I enjoyed it.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion? You know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good?
No.
Think we can do that?
Fuck you.
Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Okay.
And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Good.
Let's take a look.
Whoa.
yeah.
Worldwide leaderboard. What's going on here? Are these legit?
Good old Neil.
Good old Neil. No, this
Oh.
can't be legit.
It's not because it's been good old Neil since 2011.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I remember some of these. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Oh my god. Office space. Ceiling light. Well,
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
No.
Again, honest answers, please.
not at all.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on. And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
All right.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, Stanley crawls left.
Yes!
towards
I've been waiting for
danger.
this.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Okay.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the
This is
artwork
totally
will
a
really
jab
take
at Pathologic.
notice. Of course, the message of the game
Yeah, like
only
the whole
becomes
point of,
clear
or the
once you've
whole
been playing
point
it
of
for
a
about
game
4
that's not
hours.
fun.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
Gotcha.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay.
I love everything about this game. Oh, but you're not even gonna press the button once?
This bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do.
I'm mad
completely
too.
out of my depth. I can't think of a single thing that might
You
improve
couldn't have
the
at least
experience
played it
for
for
me.
like
I'm
10,
not even
15
gonna
seconds.
try.
I was thinking of
I'm
doing
out.
a bit, and then I was like, nah.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
All right.
Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here?
Give me something new, boss man.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
By the way, after you press the button for 4 hours,
There is
the
something
narrator,
else, right? He
yeah,
makes
the
it
narrator
longer, right?
goes. It's a total of 7 hours. but
Whoa!
he
Wait a
now-
second.
Fascinating.
This isn't Portal.
This game is about, Stanley. What's our
Is
backstory?
this is Firewatch,
This is
isn't it?
Firewatch.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps
I've not played this game.
Twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
What does that say?
And it seems there's even more.
Flemington.
Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Can't read it. The cool S's. This is beautiful. I gotta play this game. Oh,
Firewatch is a fantastic game.
isn't it like kind of a walking simulator though? That's what I've heard.
Yes and no.
Okay.
No, it can't be.
What? What's wrong? This is lovely.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing.
What, the
That
lake?
big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
I think we're in the woods very
Okay,
much.
I'm going to
No,
get us
no,
out
no,
of
no,
here.
no, no, no,
Let's
no,
find
no.
another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with
Ow.
nice, big,
No.
insurmountable walls.
Fine.
Large walls, you say?
More like large balls.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think this will be
That was
just
good.
the
Never,
thing.
I don't know why I didn't laugh at that. That was fantastic.
That was beautiful. Is this Rocket
Oh,
League? Oh
yeah.
my god.
See, this is exactly what I
This
had
is
in
too
mind.
small. They're too
Just
big
a
for me. I'm
nice
too
big
small.
box for you to run around
I'm
in.
too
There
small
isn't
for. I
any
need to be the
possibility
car.
that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
This is.
If you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I want to be the car. I can't just be Stanley. I want to be the car. Wait a
Okay,
second.
so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
It is.
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Narrator
We shall run
loves
the bases and do a
balls.
touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I haven't had much fun with balls since college.
How are they allowed to like use the Rocket League logo? Did they get in touch with the devs?
They must have, yeah. Well, they must have also done when they did the Minecraft ending.
I guess so. Yeah. I guess
Are you
these days
doing
it's
it?
too
Are you winning? Is this
it's
fun?
too big a
Is
game
it
for
better
them to
than
use
my miserable
Minecraft.
little story that I worked so hard
And
on?
Portal's a little niche.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a
Yeah.
sportsologist, but
Well, these
if
days.
one ball generates a certain
The
Yeah,
youth
these
don't
days,
remember.
Minecraft, like it used to be that the two, like the Minecraft was like the biggest game ever. Everyone was talking about it, and then Portal was a Source Engine game.
Yeah, yeah.
It was kind
It's
of like,
easier to make.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have
Going
more.
fast.
I'm insatiable. More balls.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. They figured out everything I wanted to go fast and have balls.
Just like Sonic.
Just like
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
I
Are you
am.
having fun? Is
That
this
was a
real
joke. We all know
video
Sonic
game?
has a pussy.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what?
Well, I mean, he
It's
gets
over.
balls.
That's
Yeah.
right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what
I mean, like
say
your grass.
goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley.
Fuck you,
Besides,
narrator.
You need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose.
No, you're
And
not.
Since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
Oh.
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules.
Can you give me some balls
Somehow,
still?
I don't think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up
I'm
with something.
37.
After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay, fine. Whatever. I can make my own fun.
You could run into the goals and
Yeah.
you could become the ball.
I am the ball. Yeah,
That's what my baseball coach always told me, was
you have
to
to be
become the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's be the ball, but I always say become the ball.
Become as if you were the ball.
Hold
Yes.
on. What are you doing?
Wait a second. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
There's so much more to
Don't
this.
do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh. I'm alone. I think I remember this part actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But I don't remember when or where it came into play.
Yeah. Oh. It's a scary game now. It's the fucking back rooms. As if the main game wasn't already the back rooms. What the heck? Can I get in here? I can't. What is that? That seems important.
And then jump scare.
Yeah. Oh man, divorce.
Like even a good jump scare, it's like a PNG flashes on screen.
For like one frame, you don't even notice it.
Holy shit, I just realized what this place is.
What?
It's the original version of the Stanley Parable when it was a Half-Life 2 mod.
Oh my god. Why is it so dark?
Well, because it's, you know,
Out of
it's
use.
been abandoned. It's
Yeah.
off now. It makes
No.
sense.
I wonder what he found.
Hmm.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Damn. Here's the thing, I don't understand people who like RP these guys. Because
No.
I feel like, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, because who am I to police who you write, but like I just don't, like, I personally could never do it because it's so, they're so reliant on the setting that they're in.
In context.
Yeah,
yes.
if you put them anywhere else, it would be so bizarre.
It wouldn't. It would almost. It would fall apart. It feels like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's impossible for it to work, but I think it would be extremely hard.
People will find a way to RP anything.
Yeah, hello?
But
Hello? Who farted?
classic office humor.
I can't pick it up.
Guys, check it out. I got a mug in the shape of an ass. Why aren't you laughing?
Other side. Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work.
Okay.
The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately
Okay.
and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere.
Okay.
Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Thank you, recorded message. Wait a second.
That was. That was the plot of the game described by a recorded message.
Yeah. Narrator, if he was trapped in Twitter, will be like, where am I? Exactly.
The narrator would not like Twitter. Not one bit.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Okay,
books,
let's
this was
stay
not
on the
correct
platform
way to
this
the meeting
time.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
Yeah.
first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, this time we'll stay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
It is.
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
It is. Where's that
There's
cat
someone
walk go
you've been
to?
neglecting, Stanley.
Ooh.
How do you get there?
Please, stop trying to make every
I
decision.
love
by
all the little
yourself.
details like that they put
I'm
into
not
this
asking
game.
for me,
Can I get to it
asking
through
for
there?
her.
Hold
I
on.
don't think so.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put
No.
your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
The forklift. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I've completely forgotten about you. You've gotten dusty and rusty and oh my god, your 8 is peeling. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whatever.
That's
Now.
so, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Now, you know you have two options
Chat.
here, right?
Should we pick up the phone?
There are two options.
I know.
Yeah.
Should we pick up the phone? Should we play along with this, or... Stanley divorce! Do it, okay. I'm getting conflicted messages. We can always come back to the other thing.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? There we go.
There we go.
Need a reticle. It only comes up sometimes.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just
Can't
pulling
move.
the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ah.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm
I like
trying to
that the
make a
wife
point
is
here,
a
Stanley.
they them.
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Hello, wife.
Well, you say
This is
she's
very
not a living
sad
wife, but she
story
got the
about
big
death
boobie.
of a
Yeah, I
man
don't know.
named Stanley.
Press I on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
If I press anything else, it doesn't work.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys! Let's go!
Yeah.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that we
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, we
There
haven't.
was a game with a baby.
We did that, though.
And he
We did
called
that
it
one.
the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay.
Oh, that's my favorite letter.
Oh, but I love
Oh my
seeing.
god! It's a
Oh,
letter.
you can make a little smiley face with it.
You make a smiley face with it.
Yeah.
You can type the word cunt. You can, and also like
And
when you say the
coochie.
words, when you say the word sea, it sounds like you're saying like sea, like SEA. Like that's
Like the
awesome.
ocean. I love the ocean, and the ocean has the letter C in it.
And the ocean is wet, and you know what else is wet? Coochie.
Which you can spell with the letter C.
It's also very cyclical, which you also can spell with the letter C.
It's like when I ride my bicycle to work every day. It's because it's got C in it, and never mind.
And I'm bisexual, which you spell with no, you don't.
No. And you can make the big nose guy like this. It's so cool. All right, it's not telling. There's no response if I don't press it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Oh.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one ending like that.
Yeah.
Stanley Powerful Twitter RP where narrator and Stanley get their relationship
All of
therapy.
his co-workers were gone.
Alright,
What
one
could
more
it
down
mean?
this path.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No computers on here to press any buttons on.
Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
The end is never the end is never the end. They all say that.
Oh, neato.
Neato burrito.
Now,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
are we gonna do
Standing
option
now
2?
in this incredible
Yep.
room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was
I
so
should go
bad at
downstairs.
following directions,
Yeah.
it's
But,
incredible he wasn't fired years
Once I
ago.
do this, then we can do other stuff. Just want to finish
Look,
down
Stanley, I think
this
perhaps
path.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I will do whatever the
I'm not
fuck
asking
I
for
want.
me. I'm asking
Do
for
not try to fucking lecture me. This is my world,
This is it,
and
Stanley.
you are living in.
Your
Who's
chance to
who's the
redeem
game named
yourself,
after, huh?
to put
Is it the
your
narrative
work
parable? I didn't think so.
aside, to let
Okay.
her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Except I can't because you trolled me last time. You motherfucker.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope.
Fuck you.
Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice.
But
How
I
did you
did
do
it.
that?
I
You
simply
actually
bent over.
chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible.
The subtitles
Let me
are wrong.
double-check.
It was a typo.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two
Nope.
pledge themselves to one another.
That doesn't happen.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That's not what happens.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
I did it though.
How is that even possible?
Because I'm
None
awesome.
of these decisions were supposed to mean
I'm
anything.
based as hell.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see...
What?
No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Ah, dang it.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
I did
well,
not.
I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
But this isn't
Please
the real
observe
world.
this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world
this is
to make
different.
life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make?
Forgetting how to
Remember
read.
that unlike here, the
Yeah.
real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide
thought.
an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to have my back sack and crack.
Excellent.
Oh,
Making choices
I
on
didn't
a
get the
regular
practice.
basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most
Dork.
medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Gotcha.
Do you make more than 8?
Maybe.
Less?
No, I don't think so.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world,
Stop.
just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are
thoughts.
materially insignificant.
But you
and
can
the
see
feeling
me.
should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Alright.
There's something I want to mention about this video.
Welcome back.
Okay. What is it?
It's the fact that, remember how he said there are 2 options were to end world hunger by creating some incredible technology,
Or forget how
or
to
spend
read.
years forgetting to learn how to read.
Uh-huh.
That used to be a slightly edgier one. Something slightly edgy. And it was like there was this like kid from what seemed to be in a non-specific tribe of some sort, and you're like, you can either help the child, and then there's an image of him lighting a cigarette for the child, or you could hurt the child, and then it's him setting the child on fire with the same lighter.
That's really good.
And that was removed for the game for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
I think it's funny, but I could also see people getting mad at that.
Yeah.
I mean, just it being like, you could, it doesn't have to be specifically a child from some indeterminate tribe, but like the idea of like, you could help, a poor underprivileged child or set them on fire.
yeah.
And the idea of like helping the child is lighting a ciggy for them.
yeah.
If you want to modernize it, all you have to do is make it a blunt.
It's
that's
the
all you
only
need.
thing.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative
Oh my god, it's more of my wife
But
everywhere.
not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I want to pick up the phone now. I can't do it. Okay.
Okay, go home.
Still can't do that. Hey, you said this thing wouldn't come back.
Now that we know your choices
Now they
are
really
meaningful,
won't let you
we
jump
can't
off.
have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the
But,
story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Fine. But
Mhm.
what if I jumped off here? I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. What about this? Okay.
Mhm.
Fine.
Mhm.
Escort me out. See if I care.
I do, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
The door on the
Now
left, you say?
remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other
Oh, okay.
direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay, alright, sorry. We good?
No, go to the left door.
Okay.
Hopefully things will be okay.
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably nothing.
Oh.
Oh,
It's okay,
ruined.
see?
I can't believe
It's
after
okay.
everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my
It's
work.
fine, don't worry about
Why?
it.
For what? What did you get out of
It
that?
says it's
What did
okay.
you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. What am I supposed to do? If there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do
I love the
do?
verbal
What do
key
I
smashes he's giving me.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
have to.
I have to. I have to.
Okay, do it, pussy. Oh god.
Mmm.
I don't remember this.
Neither do I.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. This pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
I
Now
am.
look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
It's
It was the
fine.
only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
I did.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No, obviously
He
not.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Yeah, but we just went through a whole
That's
thing
all.
about. No, we just went through a whole thing about how he can't make his own choices. Okay, so don't do this to me. Don't gaslight me like this.
You had it. That there's a world outside of you.
Well,
You're
the
a
point of the thing was to
child.
make rational decisions.
Oh, my story.
It would have been boring if I did that.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground
I've
facility.
seen it already.
You would
It
have
was
destroyed
great.
it
I
and
loved
been
it.
Victorious. It would have
It's
been
really
so
vanilla.
perfect. I worked so
I want
hard
some
on it.
spice in
I
a
tried so
relationship.
hard
Is
to
that
make-
so hard to?
is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Mm-hmm.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Paction.
My goodness! Is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a backstack and crack.
That's not your line. What do you think we should do? If I go through the right door again, will it just be the same thing?
My goodness!
Chat.
No. I would go left.
Alright, fine.
Maybe it'll just be normal this time.
Maybe.
Oh, ew.
It's pretty
Yet
normal.
there was not a single person here either.
Get
Feeling
out
a
of
wave
here.
of
Fuck you,
disbelief,
fuck you.
Stanley decided to go up
Sorry,
to his
just had to
boss's
get it out.
office. hoping he might find an answer there.
Fine, we'll do this.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. We'll see when I can divert again.
Can you try the boss door thing again?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Or maybe you shouldn't.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of
There's the
anything
panda
like.
again.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in
panda.
disbelief who orchestrated this.
You weren't there
until
for
he
it,
saw
but-
the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained
supposed
never
to-
to speak up, but
All right,
now
on one.
he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
3, 2, 1. Night Shark
Oh.
115.
I forgot what it was.
Night. Okay, again.
Alright.
3, 2,
Stanley
1.
spoke the code.
Wait, let me finish.
Night Shark 115.
Okay.
He spoke
Three.
it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Count us down.
3, 2, 1. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear
No,
me,
there's no
did you?
microphone capabilities
Please
in this game.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story.
It's a really
This is
edgy,
crucial step.
Really edgy password. Night Shark
Big
115.
Booby 49.
Big Booby 69.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
Fine.
But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this
I
far, only
can't.
for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing. for
There's
your
no-
respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story
Stand in the corner and
seriously.
brood.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice.
You wouldn't let me do anything else!
You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
Ah!
Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You.
Oh. What?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley?
Stanley? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
The dude has no soul.
I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh. The credits there implies that that's the real ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It
Stanley
really is
decided
like
to go
after
to the
you
meeting room.
disobeyed
Perhaps
almost
he had
every
simply missed a
single,
memo.
or yeah, every single
Yeah.
option.
Hold on, I have an itch in my ear.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I want to try one more thing before new content. I remember something else, like, distinctly, about how it works. What the heck? I'm hating this!
Well,
When
that's
Stanley
different.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his
Yeah,
stomach,
okay.
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Phew!
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But...
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Doing things we're not supposed to.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Oh, you have no
So
idea
now
how
in order to get
far
back,
off
he
track we
needed
can
to
get.
go,
Yeah.
From here, it's, left.
Okay,
Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake.
sorry.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Take your time.
It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, take as much time as you need. No big deal.
Now, let's see.
You're only
Down,
wasting my
right,
Steam
left,
hours.
Yeah.
Down, left.
We've only got an hour
right.
left, dude.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now.
Uh-huh.
This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Alright.
Vehicles.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a
Sorry, I'll
spoiler.
look away. I'll
Quick,
look away.
Stanley, close your eyes.
I'll look over here.
Okay. We just have to get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Oh, it's fine.
The whole
It's fine. I'm
story
not looking.
completely unusable.
I'm not looking. You can keep
How
going.
about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
All right, if you
And
say
this
so.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No, I'll do it.
Okay, from the top. All of his
I don't remember what to do next. I just remember doing that part.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can't get the computer to turn back on for the waiting input thing.
Damn. I think sometimes it's a different computer as well.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Something changed.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the
No,
story
no,
somewhere,
I don't
or-
know how to do that.
Hold on. Why am I asking you?
Exactly.
I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah,
It was right here just a minute ago.
yeah.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Well, I want to go through there, but... Alright, let's go through here instead. Let's just, there's stuff here. Now this is
no.
the back rooms.
Yeah. If I remember this ending correctly, there will be Kevin MacLeod music. I
MacLeod.
wonder if it's changed or not. Or Kevin MacLeod music. I want to know if it's different or not. Oh, well, you didn't
I'll
really
say
go
it.
much?
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game
No,
again?
it's fine. I'll
Well,
get
I
there,
find it
don't worry.
unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
I'm progressing,
But it's
I'm going
gotta be better
straight.
than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
No,
Why
there was
not?
something. No, there's something. Ah!
Oh.
Dang.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
I think you
It's
are.
possible the story is back where we just came from.
Okay.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Ha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
The
Here it
story.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I don't know, you tell me.
Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Hell yeah!
Congratulations!
Woo!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Vibrating.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I do.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for
I
that win.
did. I don't know what
Some
you're talking
people win
about.
fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
It's just my
I
house,
don't care
dude.
what might happen this time.
It's my summer
I
home.
have to restart.
No, I'm enjoying it. Oh. Narrator. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Okay.
Just follow
Trademark.
the line. How simple is that?
Okay.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
There's
what?
plenty of
I
stories
think
with no
what we
endings.
need
Think
right
about all the
now
TV
is a bit of
shows that
music
ended
to
on
lighten the
cliffhangers.
mood.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's back. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm really following this line to a T.
Yeah. It makes you dizzy.
Wait, cut the music.
What?
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I got it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, Line. You do know we're looking for
No.
the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no, again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
I won't look, I
after
won't look, I won't
everything
look,
we've
I won't
been
look, I
through,
won't look, I won't look.
You, well, I can't take this
No, I'm not
anymore.
looking,
To
it's
hell
fine.
with it. Restart.
No! Ow.
Oh.
Alright, we still got the line, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's all-
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Brought us
We're
to the story.
intelligent
Yeah.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring,
I'm not a person.
mysterious.
I doubt you
Oh,
are.
This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Can it be a
Whatever
spaghetti
it might be,
western?
Stanley, I'm ready
I don't know why it's
for
called
it.
that, but I love spaghetti.
Yeah, I love myself a
Oh,
Western.
no, not you again.
UTM.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our
Oh,
awesome new
okay.
story.
I won't follow
No
it.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. All right. Got it. See, it's gone. It went away.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Hell yeah.
From here, the story is in our control.
Okay.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Uh-huh.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Gotcha. Will do.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Is that right
And
isn't
since
right
the
or right
answer
isn't
is clearly
correct?
yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Find a
It's all
bookstore.
Determined?
After a long time,
So
Stanley
now,
dies.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Yeah.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
No
Why
one.
do I get to decide?
You're not a person
Why
either.
don't
I was
get a
right.
say in
Yeah.
all of this. Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't
You didn't
want it
make
to
the
be.
game.
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
I think you broke it.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
You broke something.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
It's fine. I've got
I
a
guess
chair.
now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Is that why this
I
is so
hope that's
boring?
where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember other endings. Oh, we didn't go
Well,
downstairs.
Stanley knew the office
Yeah,
layout
yeah.
like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Let me go back to the first room.
Mhm.
Nothing.
I wonder if that's like the only jump scare in the game.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ugh. Red. I can't read that.
This
But
reminds me
Stanley
of
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired
Hi,
for
Myth.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically
What the
behind
fuck?
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
I don't think that's part of the game.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all
I don't.
No! Oh my fucking god!
Okay, I'm alright. Alright now.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders
Nerd, you
stopped
seen
coming
this shit?
in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I'm alright. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
That
When
wasn't
Stanley came
supposed
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm always so sure that what happens in this game is supposed to happen, but that for sure
Yet there was
is
not
not supposed to happen.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
don't look
Stanley
down.
walked
I won't.
upstairs
I
to
was
his
trying to
boss's
roleplay
office.
along with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He
I
considered
haven't
the
done any of the new
possibility
stuff yet.
facing his
I'm just
boss.
going through the endings that I
Admitting he had
remember how
left
to
his
do
post during work hours.
Yeah.
He might be fired for that.
for nostalgia's
And in
sake.
such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. While he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
The crash was part of the new
if he
content.
could just...
Yeah.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Woman!
This is the
Mariella
second
woke up
This
woman.
is the second and
as
only
well.
other woman in this
She
game.
rose,
Yes.
got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
So much looks
He
like it was made in
obviously
Gmod. Well, I
crazy.
have news
This
for
much
you.
she knew.
Yes.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am
That's
sane.
true. Does the
I
woman,
am
does
in
the
control
fake
of my
wife
mind.
count as a woman?
I
No,
know
because it
what is
wasn't a
real
real woman.
and what
That's true.
isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was
The
only a
other
moment
one
that she
carpet
stood
is
there,
specifically
staring down
the
at body.
not this narrator,
she
but the
turned
other
away.
narrator that pops up in
Yeah.
another one of the endings, the museum ending.
Yeah. I know we should do the content, but I kind of want to find the Zending. I'm gonna look up
The
how to do
Zending
it.
again?
Yeah. I just want to re-experience that.
All right, real quick, I gotta take care of something.
All right. Parable. Zending. Walk through. Zending, also known as the space ending. Is the ending that occurs when you trust the narrator after disobeying him, taking you to a peaceful room. Okay, let's see. Exit Stanley's office. Oh, that's exhilarating. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I've never known
Stanley
such
decided to go
fucking
to the meeting room.
excitement.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
as simply exiting Stanley's office for the first time. My god.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable,
Ugh.
and he started to bleed a little.
From where?
This made him smile.
Why?
At last, proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Somehow there's more
Stanley
here.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Okay.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
All right.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is
it
all
seems
these
like you're
choices.
getting
The
to
two
the
of us
Zen
always
ending.
trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
You don't know
wanted
the
to
half
stop.
of it.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Okay.
Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Yeah.
I actually feel happy.
This is beautiful. Let's save it. Can I save? I used to be able to save.
Doesn't seem like it.
Can't save anymore? Very sad. Alright, well, I'll just have to walk back here whenever I want. Chat, what do you think of this?
Sucks.
Boring.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is pretty. I love this ending.
Well,
don't worry about it. We're gonna get there. Watch this. Narrative feels happy for the first time in its life, and it's about a whole bunch of balls. This is like the PS2 opening screen. You guys know that? You know what I'm talking about? Now there's green balls. Those look like hearts. Did you see that? It sure looked like a heart for a second. I don't want it.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yeah, that one fucked me up when I first played it.
yeah.
I stumbled onto it as a thing. I don't think I was like looking at a walkthrough or anything. I just found that and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And you can walk back and he's like, oh, thanks, great. And then like, but like you can't finish the ending if you don't kill yourself. Anyway. Just wanted to show you guys
All
that.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
do
to go to
something
the
new.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do something content.
Oh, New content? What does that mean, new content?
Ooh, it's like a Disney ride.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable.
More
delighting
game.
Yes.
audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
It weirds me out that there's just a very slight tone shift in the new
so
recorded
far it's an
lines.
elevator.
Yeah.
Nothing special yet, but
Don't
I'm
tell me
sure
anything.
It's just the beginning
I don't
of
wanna
a
know anything.
mesmerizing
Yeah, yeah.
adventure.
We're going in blind.
Yes.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yes.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
It's as if
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Why are you asking me for the content? I don't have it. You have the content. You're the one. Whatever.
All right. Let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump.
You can jump now.
I'm not ready for this power. No. I like climbed a desk because I couldn't jump. You're saying I can only jump in the circle.
Whoa.
This feels good.
Yeah.
It's on the other side here. Nothing.
Nothing.
Should I exhaust my jumps?
Well, you can't really jump to someplace, so it seems like you just gotta enjoy the jumps you got. Much like in
Jump
real
out of the
life.
circle.
Experimentation, I like it. Is the circle gonna, let's see. Nice anti-aliasing on the zero
Is that
there.
it? Surely that's not all the new content.
This is what they
There has to
delayed
be
it 7
something
times
else,
for.
Right?
Yeah.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
That's fine.
Just elevators
It's a slow
and
burn.
jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
It's
If
a
this
slow
is
burn.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's
You've
20
kinda
hours
done that.
of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
Such a
Yes.
fucking salty
I knew
Sandra
there had
so
to be
easily.
something else. Let's
Calm
see it.
down.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Ooh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
That's-
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for
This
no
is why I can't
reason
take you
other
anywhere,
than an
narrator.
easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says test achievement.
Hold on. I have to go on Steam real quick. I gotta open it. I didn't open it earlier. Hold on. Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe, achievements. Oh no, wait, not my achievements, locked achievements. There is one, the first one in the locked achievements is test achievement, please ignore. Test achievement description, replace this. There are some very strange ones. There's welcome back, quit the game and start it again. Commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. 888888888, and the description is 888888888888888.
Yeah, you know how to get that one.
I don't.
What?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Click on door 430 5 times. I remember that. I was trying to do that before, but I didn't remember.
Oh, that one's awesome.
What door it was. Speedrun. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. Settings World Champion. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all available numbers, and then super go outside. Don't play for 10 years. Is that all the achievements? I could do that. I could super do that. And then, well, I mean, I have 3 of them already. It's complete the Stanley Parable, get your first achievement, and you can't jump.
Yeah.
All right, Stanley Terrible. All right, let's.
Whoa!
What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Not ours.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to follow these people on Twitter and hold them.
So you
personally
do have a
accountable.
Twitter.
Yeah.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm
did.
afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
There are
Just
some
you and
gimmicks.
me having a great time together like always.
Wasn't always great.
What do you say, friend?
No. Well, okay. Guess I don't get a choice.
Oh my fucking god.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
But there's game up there. Okay. What the heck? A wrench? Oh, I guess he opened it with that. Coffee nut.
Ray tracing, I see.
This is just like Five Nights at
Okay,
Freddy's.
you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe
just like
content
Springtrap.
turned out to be, but it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life.
Like that time I killed
whenever
myself.
I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable.
That time
on
you killed
PC.
me. The other time you killed me. That time you got killed by the game?
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Good times. Me sitting at my desk. I like the creakiness of the floor.
Yeah.
I see.
Me millionth dollar. So it was nominated at least. That's nice. Oh, you know that one.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10
Wow.
out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how
pretty
grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
But the
It
original
was
Stanley
literally
Parable is still
every
here.
game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3.
It was
all of them.
Minecraft.
And
It was
now
Portal.
it's nothing.
It was Firewatch,
It's no
apparently.
games at all. It
Yeah.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Person of the year, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
I mean, it was a
It
9.
didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
How am I supposed to... The serious room?
Serious room. Oh, I remember the serious room.
I don't.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Steam
Oh,
reviews.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't
Oh,
even
no.
imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Well, we'll find out.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much
What would that
fluff I
mean?
cut from the game to get it to feel as
Oh,
light
you're
and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
You don't have
I
to.
wish there was a skip button.
A skip button.
A skip button. Well, well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip
But
it.
hold on. Legitimate, like, pushback on this review. one, if you've done a thing before and you don't want the narrator to like keep repeating the same thing, you can just keep walking, and if you trigger a new dialogue, he'll cut off the old one and start the new one.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not like you have to sit there and wait. And also,
No.
I forgot what the second half was because I was focused on the skip button. But like the idea of like if you're playing the game and you know it's supposed to be a parable and you know that the whole idea of the game is like branching paths and like seeing new shit, then why would you want to like essentially turn off the narrator? Because this person isn't saying like, okay, I think he's unfunny or I think he's preachy or I think he's annoying or whatever. You just don't want to be talked at.
Yeah.
And I just like that doesn't seem like, how are you supposed to play the game if there's no narration at all?
It's a bit like having an RPG with combat with a skip button.
Yeah. It's like,
Like,
oh
that's
man,
the
I love
game.
this RPG, but I wish there weren't as many random encounters. It's like, well, what do you want? It's
No,
an RPG.
actually, do you know what it's more like?
It's like,
It's more like an RPG, but without the story.
yeah.
And you're like, man, I love random encounters. It's my favorite part of the game. I wish you could skip all
I
the
love I could do
dialogue.
combat forever. I hate the story though.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, I mean, there are people who are like that, where, like, they'll actually will skip the story, and then they're like, I don't get it, that game was stupid, it was boring, why are there so many random encounters, it wasn't fun at all, and it's like, because you missed the point of the game! Sorry, I'm kidding,
Head
getting
for
worked
just
up.
a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley.
That's not a
Yes,
healthy
a
attitude
skip
to have.
button we shall have.
I don't want one. I like you. I mean, except for when you try to kill me, but I
And
also like
here
you
it
too.
is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the
test.
people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll
Do it. I
pretend
love it
that
when
I've
you do
just
that.
begun an interminable monologue. And
Make
it
me
goes
pussy.
something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so,
It's a
now
movie.
you see, blah,
No,
blah,
wait,
blah,
no,
blah,
it's
blah,
not.
blah,
Everything
blah,
Everywhere
blah,
all
blah,
at
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be.
gonna
It's
check
the
my emails.
only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I
Someone
say
tells me this is
the
looping.
story and the choices,
It is
or
looping.
what have you, and
It is
therefore,
looped.
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice.
My
in
God,
video
4:30?
games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to
I'm not
every
erecting
person you've
anything.
ever
Don't-
been,
don't
making
put words
every
in my
choice
mouth.
to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time, by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone?
It
has a
does.
mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Alright, you know what? I gotta pee, but
Treatise,
I'm just gonna let him go at it.
Treatise,
I'll be right back.
Treatise, manifesto.
Have fun.
Treatise,
Hello, chat. I have been
manifesto.
placed into hell.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Oh, no.
Treatise, manifesto.
Oh, no, it's just a looping. Oh, it's just a looping.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
Jeez.
manifesto. Treatise,
Anyways.
manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
Have you guys ever considered what the longest,
manifesto,
the most hours
manifesto,
of content in any video game
treatise, manifesto,
ever has been?
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
43?
manifesto. Treatise,
43
manifesto.
hours you think is the longest the game has ever been?
Manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise.
I was
manifesto.
looking it up.
Treatise, manifesto.
It seems like the
Treatise,
games the
manifesto.
games can go pretty long. Oh, 43 minutes. Oh,
Treatise,
yes, you're correct.
manifesto.
That's the longest the game has ever been.
Treatise, manifesto.
If we're going by
Treatise,
Itch.io game
manifesto.
standard. Oh, that's how long I
Treatise,
play for. Oh,
manifesto.
okay.
Treatise, manifesto.
I,
Treatise, manifesto.
Persona 5 took me like 100
Treatise,
hours to complete.
manifesto.
Yeah, I mean,
Treatise, manifesto.
if we're, it does also kind of
Treatise,
depend on.
manifesto. Treatise,
I'm looking at
manifesto.
Persona 5.
Treatise,
Persona 5 does have like a
manifesto.
96 to 100 hour
Treatise,
average of
manifesto.
completion.
Treatise, manifesto.
Goblet Grotto said there's like
Treatise,
3,000 hours of content in it.
manifesto.
I don't know if that's true, but I
Treatise,
trust it, of course.
manifesto.
Well, let's look up how much is 3,000
manifesto.
hours.
Treatise,
Let's just calculate it real quick.
manifesto.
3,000
Treatise,
hours
manifesto.
divided by 24
Treatise,
hours. That's
manifesto.
that is 125
Treatise,
days.
manifesto.
That's
Treatise,
125
manifesto.
days of content.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
I don't know.
manifesto. Treatise,
I don't know. I don't know about that.
manifesto. Treatise,
How many
manifesto.
does Monster World
Treatise,
Hunter have?
Manifesto.
Or Monster
Treatise,
Hunter World?
Manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
How long to beat?
Treatise,
Monster Hunter World has
manifesto.
approximately
Treatise,
48 hours for the
manifesto.
main story and
Treatise,
104 hours for all the main
manifesto.
story and extra
Treatise,
stuff.
manifesto.
However,
Treatise, manifesto.
thegamer.com,
Manifesto.
which is the real
Treatise,
name of the website, by the way,
Treatise,
is telling me
manifesto.
that the
Treatise,
most
manifesto.
the game with
Treatise,
the most
manifesto.
content packed into it.
Treatise,
What are you guys talking about?
Oh,
treatise,
we're talking about the longest
manifesto.
video games ever created.
Treatise,
Ah,
manifesto.
it could be this one if I keep up on
Treatise,
it.
manifesto.
But
Treatise,
thegamer.com is telling me that
Treatise,
Animal Crossing New
manifesto.
Horizons has a
Treatise,
whopping 422 hours of
Treatise,
content.
manifesto.
Yeah, I believe that.
Treatise,
Like to do
manifesto.
everything, yeah.
Treatise,
Yes.
manifesto.
Got a little
Treatise,
snacky snack. I didn't put it in a
manifesto.
bowl. I just
Treatise,
Mhm.
manifesto.
manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto.
How's the treatise manifesto been
Treatise,
treating you?
Manifesto. Treatise,
It's
manifesto.
Are you going
been
insane?
repeating.
Treatise, manifesto.
What's that?
Treatise,
It's been
manifesto.
making us go insane.
Oh, okay,
Treatise,
good.
manifesto.
Bad.
Treatise,
I think it's best to end it.
manifesto.
Okay.
Treatise.
Oh.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this.
I don't think they're
and
gonna
whether
play
they'll
it.
edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I
You
guess
can.
I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review
On their
so that
behalf.
it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game.
Wow.
Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity
Whoa.
rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of
aliens.
hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
Yep, we all
You
had the
are
same
not
thought.
beyond redemption.
I didn't.
You may change, and you may become more, so much more
All
than
right.
you... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
There was.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I
Just
don't
slowly
think
lowered
one
in
can enter a
opacity
room without a
for the
door
last
or some
45
sort of a
minutes.
window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body
You don't
into
want
the
me
wall
slamming
until
my body
enough
anyway,
damage
okay?
is done
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking
pretty
you to work
dense.
with me here.
Oh, I didn't even mean
Stanley,
to.
Stanley, please don't push the button.
I'm sorry,
again.
I didn't
It's
mean
been
to, I didn't mean to.
12
I'll take a step back.
hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
Well, you
I
wanna
have
find
no
out?
You're a bit
idea
late,
how
Carpet.
long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
It's been
Oh,
3
my
years.
goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
There's an SCP that's kind of like this. It's funny, but I don't remember which one it was, but it wasn't exactly like this, but just the slowly going insane. Which I assume is probably a lot of SCPs, but there's one that I read where it's like this guy gets stuck like in between dimensions, and he only has like one tiny like recording device to like stay sane to.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just, like, the audio logs of him, like, being there for, like, years. And just losing his
Yeah.
fucking mind. And then eventually, he does come back. But, yeah, Terry knows it. But because he spent so much time in between dimensions, he's, like, turned to mush, basically. And so like he's not a person anymore, and like his wife finds him and she's like, oh my god.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving.
that's the one.
It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and
I want a
about
divorce.
everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Just like Everhood.
And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know.
Hello? What is that?
That seems to be a beep. Oh.
Oh, the fire alarm.
It's out of batteries, finally. Yeah.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no
Did you change the
consequences for
batteries?
a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely.
Did the
anyone
narrator
can leave a
change the
review.
batteries?
So here's what we get. We get
No,
these
it just
demands
ran out
that
of
seek
batteries to
everything
beep.
and are
Oh, I
accountable
see.
to nothing. We get a world where someone
I
will say,
assume.
"Oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it." And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires. Every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being.
Yeah, right? What's tripping? Do you hear that?
No. Oh, I hear it now after I raise the volume.
I don't hear it anymore. Oh, it's here. It's just a leaky ceiling.
Oh. After no maintenance, I guess.
Has gotten quite dark.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
It's raining? Hmm. What happened?
Water damage.
I guess. It's too dark to see anything.
Yeah. Well, they
That's
listen to your feedback.
Yeah. You okay? This is just like Portal.
You know, that's one thing they haven't commented on in this new content yet, is how the game, no matter how original, no matter how fresh, will always be compared to something.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because it is a video game.
Mm-hmm. Nuclear winter? Just gonna... Oh boy.
You gotta look around first. If you can.
I think it's broken. This is just like Better Call Saul. Well, that was new content.
That was new content for sure.
I think we should pick this up tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Perhaps with more new content.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll definitely do the other old endings because I love this game. I would love to revisit
I wonder, is that
it
all the
sometime.
new content?
Mm-mm.
Can't be.
Because I remember there was a choice when he was like, hey, join me in the vent. And you could just keep going.
Oh, true.
So
You're
there's
right.
definitely more.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, maybe not, but they've delayed it for long enough that I
Yeah, yeah.
imagine there's more than that.
Mm.
And even that was quite the fucking journey.
Yes, yes.
Hell. This was lovely. I had a ton of fun. I experienced emotions, good and bad. Tomorrow we'll do more of this. Right? You know, tomorrow or put it off for some other day. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming. Follow my TikTok. Send me questions to answer on TikTok. I'm becoming an e-girl. This is my transformation. Next stream I'm gonna have like pink eyeshadow. It's gonna be crazy. I hate this game. It's messing up how I talk now, and it's making everything I say sound British in my head now. When I was 12, I started watching Doctor Who, and there was one time where I had watched so much of it, like I think I stayed up for like an entire night just watching Doctor Who, that I started to think British, like with a British accent. It was bad, and I never want to go back to that.
Yeah, it seems like the worst thing.
It's very scary. Anyway, anything you want to say before we end?
Not really.
Alright. Did you see they announced the next guy's gonna be the Doctor? Yeah, I don't really care about Doctor Who anymore. But I know that he shares a name with a former SPG member.
Oh, because that's... Oh, I see.
He used to be their drummer for a brief time.
Anyway. Yeah.
That happens to me, but only after like a couple of hours. Alright, we gotta end stream now. Good night, everyone.
Alright, see ya.
Good night. Bye.
Good night, everyone.